Welcome to We Are Pius, the podcast where faith meets formation and our Thunderbolt community speaks from the heart. I'm Jeremy Eckler, Chief Administrative Officer of Pius X High School in Lincoln, Nebraska. And on each episode of We Are Pius, we'll sit down with the people who make this place more than a school. They make it a faith-filled community. From educators and coaches to students, alumni, and leaders, we're exploring how Catholic education at Pius transforms lives, builds character, and shapes our future. Whether you're a parent, parishioner, or a proud graduate, you're invited into the conversation, and today we're talking about one of the most remarkable runs, literally, in Thunderbolt history. This fall, the Pius X cross-country team made school history and then kept making history. Not only did Pius earn its first ever boys state champion, that's right, David Krier took home the gold with teammate Joe Majerus right behind him as the runner-up, and Malia Woosley earning an incredible 8th place finish on the girls' side. But the boys' team did something no Nebraska high school has ever done. After winning the state title last month, the Thunderbolts went to the NXR Heartland Regional Championships in South Dakota and finished second out of 34 teams, which qualified them for the Nike National Championships in Oregon. This marks the first time in Nebraska high school history that a team has qualified for nationals. David led the way in 14th place overall. Joe came in 23rd, and together the team punched its historic ticket to the biggest high school cross-country stage in the country. We've got the athletes who helped make all of this happen right here today, David, Joe, and Malia, to talk about the training, the mindset, the friendships, and the incredible postseason run. And then stick around for the lightning round at the end, as we always do here in the Thunderbolt community. So let's jump right into it. Thank you all for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. David, let's start with you. First ever boys state champion in Thunderbolt history. We've got this incredible cross-country program here. I can't believe that's even true. I mean, congratulations, but I thought we had a lot. You're the first.
Yeah.
When you cross the finish line, what went through your head?
You know, after that I was so tired, but it was so satisfying to cross that line and then to be able to turn around and then see Joe come in right behind me. It just brought me so much joy, and just so thankful that the Lord blessed us with these gifts.
So throughout the year, is this pretty much typical 1-2 finish as we went?
Yeah, I think pretty much every single meet except Rimrock, the one down in Kansas, we went 1-2.
Nike, I guess.
And then Nike. Yeah.
Meet though, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going 1-2, but it just seems like there's a good friendship here, a good competitive friendship. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
All right. So Joe, when you finished right behind him, incredible, that 1-2 finish. Take us inside the race. I mean, as you were battling with David and fighting it out, did you realize it would come down to you two? Did I kind of feel like that's how it was going to go? And how was that last stretch?
Yeah, so I guess going into the race, we knew it would most likely be between one of us. I mean, you never want to rule anyone out at state. You don't know what's going to happen. Someone could have a great day, someone could have a bad day. But, yeah, I think especially after, like, that first mile, I think we were already, 10-ish seconds ahead of third place. So, yeah, I'd say around there is when we knew it would most likely be us for the rest of the race. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, just kind of ran the rest of the race together.
Yeah,
and finished strong. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When did you guys both kick it in? And we're going to fight. We're going to battle this out. How far out were you?
About 200, 250.
Yeah.
Come around the last little corner, and there's just a long kind of funnel in.
Yeah.
And,
I hit quite a wall, though, to be honest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was, at that point, I'm going to be honest, I was just trying to finish. I was just trying to get myself across the line. I went pretty limp after that, but I was super happy with it still. We went 1-2, so
Absolutely.
Can't complain.
Yeah, great finish. And Malia, you're top 10 at state as a junior. So what was your mindset heading into the race? These guys are seniors. You're a junior. You're top 10 here. How did you keep your composure? Were you happy with your finish? Just tell us what was going through your mind during the race.
Going into it, I was nervous, but knew that I could get in that top 10. Just believing in myself and trusting that the Lord had a plan for me just going into the race. And then during the race, I tried staying with that chase pack, but they got ahead really quickly and I wasn't expecting it, so I couldn't really stay with them like I wanted to. Then I had someone on my tail pretty much the whole race, and it just came down to the finish. So trying to kick it in the end, and I couldn't get it past the 7th place, but I was still very happy with how I finished.
So for the girls' side, right, Elkhorn North won Class B, is that right?
Yes.
Who was second?
Gretna.
And for us, third. Would you say that's about where you thought we'd finish this year? That was a little better. What was your sense of things as a team?
Throughout the season, we've kind of just been competing with Elkhorn North and Gretna, so we knew those would be our biggest competitors. We went into it hoping maybe we could get a second place finish since we did place third last year as well. But we came out right as where we thought we would.
Yeah.
So I was still very proud of our team and how
Yeah.
we performed that day.
Absolutely. Again, we just have such a history and culture of strong cross-country teams, and now you guys have put your name on that list. Everyone here likes to talk about the banners and getting their number on the banners and bringing their kids back in 20 years and showing the banners and the trophies. But, man, fellas, for you, you take that state championship run and you head off to the NXR Heartland Regional, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many? Do you have any idea how many regions there are?
I'm gonna say 8.
There's 8 regions,
Yeah,
and a few of
8 or
those are
9.
yet to run.
Mm-hmm.
So ours was in South Dakota.
Yeah, Sioux Falls.
Yeah. So when you went up there, what were your hopes, projections? We're just here for a good time. We'll see how we finish. What were you thinking?
I mean, honestly, I think we went into it knowing we had a shot.
Did you?
But then, like, seeing the conditions, it was just, like, at that point, like, nobody knew how the race was going to go because it was, like, I think it snowed, I don't know, an inch or two the day before.
Yeah,
It was-
two or
three.
snowed 2 or 3
Yeah.
inches
2 or 3.
with felt like 10 degrees about outside when we were running, so it was all a mental run.
Now I heard through the grapevine a story that we had a friendly family near the race, and you guys were able to stay warm.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to just hang out outside in the cold. Is this a true story that we had kind of a little?
So my grandparents live about 5 minutes away from the course, so we stayed in their house, and then after one of our other runners ran, they came over to our house and just stayed warm for as long as we could before the race.
So it felt like 10 degrees outside, and there was an inch or two of snow on the ground,
Yeah.
and you guys still felt confident about the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a fun thing at that point. You get to go on a trip, you get to stay with your friends, and at that point we just gave it everything we had, and I don't want to say we got lucky, but we all ran good, and some of the other teams that were maybe ranked ahead of us and people were expecting to do really well didn't do as good, and so that gave us this opportunity.
Yeah, all the stars aligned, and you guys have put in the work too, and we're going to talk about that work, but we're going to nationals in Oregon. This is the mothership. This is the mecca for runners. This is Prefontaine. This is where it happens. First of all, fellas, have either of you been to Oregon? And second of all, what does this feel like to know you're going there? And on December 6th is the race.
So I went to Oregon this summer to watch the NCAA championships for track. So that was really cool and a great opportunity. And, I just dreamed of someday being there. And now to go really close over to Portland and to be able to run this national race, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the culture there incredible, like around running and track? It's,
Yeah.
we talk about Husker football and the energy and stuff, but when you're in Oregon, it's just a different world. How about for you, Joe?
Yeah, so I have been to Oregon once. I don't know, I'd say around 5, so I don't remember it at all, to be honest. So I have family that lives up there in Portland, actually. So that's when I went. But, yeah, honestly, just going with the team up there, it's going to be awesome. Super excited.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on all the success. Let's talk a little bit about what got you there. And for me, one of the things, I've got a long career in coaching, and I have always really been invested in the work. Like you got to work like a champion, and the rest will take care of itself. Someone will have a good day, someone will have a bad day, but the scoreboard or the results they validate the work that was put in. So, Malia, I'm interested from your perspective. I don't think people understand, probably because you guys make it look so easy, how tough this is. So let's talk about training. What does a week look like for a Pius runner in the peak of the season?
In the peak of the season, so typically Mondays we start out with a speed day, which usually consists of some 800 repeats. Then we go back to the track and do some 200s. And then every day after practice we finish off with some core. And then Tuesdays we go and do kind of a long-ish more workout at Holmes Lake. Wednesdays kind of depends on the week. If we have a meet on Thursday, we do pre-meet, which is up at Seacrest. Thursday, either a meet or a pre-meet, depending on when our meet is. And then day after meet, we just do a quick, easy run, but we still do a couple of strides in there to make sure we're keeping up our speed. And then Saturdays are always our long runs, where we kind of go out to Mopac and we kind of just take a long run, kind of do some cut down miles sometimes. Kind of just depends on how we're all feeling.
And this work starts well before the official start of the season. I'm assuming you guys are using your summer. I mean, think about the range here. Like we probably ran on days where it was 90 to 100 degrees, and then you guys are finishing in the snow.
Yeah.
That creates a real special bond when you're suffering through those things together. I'm interested in what that bond's like. You know, it's a little bit of misery, it's family, it's fun, and then you've got, you know, everybody from those runners at the top of the program to the newbies, but everybody contributes in some way, right? So talk about that cross country bond.
Yes, I mean, like you said, I think it's just easy to get close to people when you're practicing with them every day. Some days feeling great, some days it's like you don't feel like you're on it. It could be miserable out or like really cold, really hot. And so, I mean, just going out there and being around the guys, just the team, it's just fun, and you got to learn to grow and then have fun together during those rough practices.
Yeah. Any memories or funny or memorable things that popped up with the group this summer or this fall?
I think one of the funniest things was sometimes we went to Holmes Lake. Couple divers on our team, I guess, apparently. So they really like the Holmes Lake feel during our runs.
Not encouraged by coach, just to make that clear. Yeah, not allowed. But
yeah, I don't know how safe Holmes Lake is anyway.
Yeah, that was not. He was not happy about that.
To get to the level that all three of you got to this year, what adjustments did you make, like Malia, from your sophomore year to your junior year? And for David and Joe, like, what did you set a goal? Did you change your training? Did you change your nutrition? I know rest and hydration are a huge part. Did you change anything, or was it just kind of like more of the same and we push forward? David?
So me personally, I really focused on hydration and sleep this year. Those are two things that I sometimes weren't as good at, so I really focused on that. I also made sure I got a really good summer program because building that really strong base over the summer is really one of the biggest things to help you during the end of the season, especially.
Yeah. Malia, how about for you? How did you finish as a sophomore, and what changes did you make this year?
As a sophomore, I'm pretty sure I got like 13th or something like that at state. So going into the summer this year, my sophomore year I detasseled, so I didn't get as many miles in as I would have liked. This year I just had a normal working job inside, and then I had a really, really good plan, not only with running but also with lifting, because you need to have a strong base with lifting as well. So just locking in and kind of just putting in the work there throughout the whole summer, not just 2 weeks before the season starts.
Yeah. How about you? How about for you, Joe?
The biggest thing for me was probably a little bit of lifting, because I have a bad career of injuries, so a little bit of lifting to try to keep me healthy. And I mean, nutrition and sleep are also a little bit more of a role this year, I would say.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I think we take for granted, the work that's not seen, the lifting, the hydration, the rest is a huge piece of this too. We've talked a lot about the boys and the success and the run they're on, but Malia, the girls are set up really nicely for the future right now. And they've always been kind of like one of the most successful programs at Pius. What's the culture like on that girls' side, and what are you looking for next year?
I'd say the culture, it continues to grow, and just family, and just making sure we're building our friendships every day. For next year, I'd say just kind of making sure that we're growing together, and even trying to get some runs together in the summer before season even starts, to just build our community a little bit better, so we can train hard, and when we get to those hard workouts, we know we can trust each other and trust our training to be able to go hit those meets really, really hard. Yeah.
Do you see leadership emerging already and a lot of motivation for next year?
Yeah, I would say it was Clara Sanders' first year this year, and so she kind of just followed a little bit, and I think next year, now that she's had this first year base, me and her can go really, really far on leading this team to hopefully a state championship or even runner-up. Would be great next year. That's
great. And that leadership starts right now. I mean, the minute the season's over, it's like we start thinking about how we're going to position ourselves as a team, as an individual, what are the little things we can do to make sure that we are holding the big trophy at the end of next year, too. That's great. So when I talk to teams, I really like to talk about the rings of support. So there's the work that you put in, right? That's one ring that's very, intimate to you. Like, this is what you know, the work that you put in. There's the coaches. And then there's the larger family of faith around us. So let's talk about that next layer here with your coaches. You have legendary coaches. I mean, I don't know that there's any staff in the country that can claim the years of experience that our coaching staff has.
Nope.
Can you talk a little bit about Coach O'Boyle, Coach Rice, the coaching staff, and maybe we've talked so much about the physical. What about the mental? What do those coaches do for you mentally?
Yeah, I mean, they're great. The coaches, like, I think a big part is we're really close with them in practice, but also outside of practice. Like, there's somebody we can always talk to. And yeah, mentally, I think they're both really good at keeping us like focused in what we need to do for the race. I think one of Rice's quotes before state was something about the haze in the barn or something.
Haze in the barn.
Yeah, now just go use it up and go race hard. And so, yeah, mentally they're always giving us tips, just preparing us to race and have fun out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think they've seen about everything, so I know that I can trust them, and that whatever they think, I know I can go along with that. And with all their years of coaching, I know that their program is going to do well.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, like, before state, they always give us this talk, and it really helps build our confidence going into state, knowing that we can do, and all the work is already put in. And then that's kind of Rice's thing to do. And then O'Boyle, he's always there to kind of lighten the mood a little bit. Before every race, at least for the girls, he tells us to just go out there and have fun and try and just smile through it, because it always makes it better. And his quote is to smile to hopefully get a cute boy along the way. So.
I mean, we're talking about nearly 100 years of coaching experience on this staff. You take the whole staff,
Yeah.
which is absolutely incredible to think about. But when I think about Coach O'Boyle and Coach Rice, they probably have more years of coaching behind them than in front of them, right? They're probably closer to retirement than. I think that's a fair statement and probably an understatement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you understand what a blessing you have been to them. You know, as a former coach, having great athletes who are focused on their faith, who put the team first, that's a joy in your first year, but you really, really appreciate it at the end of your career. And you guys have given them something so special. Obviously, Oregon is incredible, but the run this year and the energy you provided to our Pius community, to our culture, and then to their careers, I just don't want you to take that for granted. And if they haven't said it, I know they definitely feel it. So thank you for everything you've given them. And speaking of the faith component, how does the faith show up as you're preparing to run, as you're running? Just talk about that faith component and running for something bigger than just Joe or David or Malia, like running for something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, I think in our teams, we pray pretty much every day, and building the faith community within our team is just really helpful, and it helps not only me, but I think it helps our racing too. We pray like a rosary before meets, and we're always trying to pump each other up, and with the Lord. Everything's with the Lord, and He's the reason we're doing this and the reason we're able to do this. So I think just giving it all up to Him makes it so much easier to succeed.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think just being able to all talk to each other about our faith and how our faith life is going, it helps us build through everything. And then also when we're on that starting line, or right before we're on that starting line, I personally say a prayer, and I've noticed that other people on my team have been like, oh, I noticed you pray before your race, and so it's making them pray before their race and just reminding them that all glory to God, like He's given us these gifts and He's given us these talents, and now we need to go glorify Him with these talents. And then I don't know if anyone else on my team does this, but personally in hard workouts or races, I kind of just ask the Lord to help me through, because I know I couldn't do any of it without Him. So if I'm having a really hard day, I just go to Him to help me through it.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. How about for you, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, what they both said, I totally agree. Great. I think, yeah, for sure, one of the biggest things is, we'll say a prayer before our races, do like a rosary decade, and then also a prayer right before our races. And this is just kind of a side story, but so when we were in Sioux Falls for regionals, we went to Saturday night Mass at 4, and after Mass, the priest there, none of us knew him, I don't think.
Nope.
No.
But he saw our big group, because there, I don't know, probably 20, 30 of us with all the athletes and parents. And he came up to me, and he was like, why are you guys all here? And I told him we had to meet. And so he's like, all right, meet me in the hall after Mass. So after Mass, met him in one of the halls. He was talking to us about our race and everything. And then after, he gave us a blessing, which was really neat. And, I mean, could have been part of the reason we
Yeah.
ran well. But yeah, such a neat little story.
That's awesome. Yeah. Father Shook Eye claims he's the reason you guys had all your success
Yeah.
this year. But maybe it was this other priest.
Give it to both of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we talked about how storied this program is, and now you guys have added to that history, and you've created something that we've never done before. Has that hit you yet? The legacy, what you've added to this program, or is it still kind of just too fresh?
I think it's still really fresh, to be honest, for me. And, like, I think it'll definitely hit me more, like, when I graduate. But in a way, it's hit me just seeing the success we've had since we've been here, I guess.
Yeah. It grows sweeter over time, too.
Yeah.
You know, as you look back, as you get older, you're like, you were even faster and even better than you actually probably were. But the memories and the friendships are kind of things that last forever. So let's take a moment and reflect back on the season. If you could go back and tell that freshman version of yourself, that first summer, that first fall, like, here's some good advice, what would you give that person? What would you give that 14-year-old version of yourself for advice?
Wow. I think I would just say keep going. Don't give up. Don't worry if things don't click right away, and just keep training as you know how to train, and you'll get there someday.
Yeah.
I think for me, honestly, just going back and telling my younger self to just have fun with it, and it will all work out in the end, rather than, like, stressing about every single little thing, just to go out and have some fun with it.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing. I think I'd tell my freshman self to just enjoy the process and, have fun around the team and coaches.
Yeah, that's great. What has cross country taught you guys about life then? Would it be the same lessons?
I think, like, hard work and consistency is one of the biggest things. So I think you need both of those to be a successful team.
Yeah, consistency, that's great. I mean, I think we do live in a culture that wants the quick, easy answer now, but it's the deposit into the bank every day that adds up.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. That and just the perseverance and hard work, that if you really just keep going and keep trying at something, you will get better, and it will give you some pleasure and success.
Yeah, I definitely think, like, that's a really big part of life that you're going to have to learn. And I think just being able to set your mind on a goal and then go for it and don't hesitate, because if you hesitate, you might not end up getting it. So just, don't have any doubts in your life.
That's great. We got the lightning round coming up here, but I'm going to ask just one more question before we go there, just about the future. We talked a lot about the past and the present as well, but the future. What's on the radar for you as runners coming up? Joe, for you, we just had signing day. Where are you headed?
I'm going to Nebraska.
You're going to Nebraska to run?
Yep.
Wow, very good. Congratulations. And David, right before you came in, we talked a little bit about you got some visits coming up. Anything you want to, just we're searching right now?
Yeah, just searching.
Looking for the right fit?
Yep.
Absolutely. And Malia, we've already talked a little bit about the future, but got a senior year in front of us, and leadership's already begun. Anything you'd add to that?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready for next season already.
That's awesome. So let's do the lightning round now, okay? People love this part because they get to learn a little bit about you, and it goes really, really quick. So start with Malia, okay? We're going to start with favorite saint, and then we'll go to the right. So who's your favorite saint? Who are you praying with these days?
Saint Sebastian. He is
Nice.
the patron saint of runners and athletes, so that's always a good one.
Very good.
Mine is St. Ignatius of Loyola. He's my confirmation saint, and he's always been really inspiring for me.
Wow. What's do you know his life story? What part of his story kind of?
I think the biggest part is he was in the military, and that that was like his whole personality. And he got hit by that cannonball, and that kind of made him. He couldn't really move at all. He was just bedbound, and he had his conversion there in bed. And then after that, even with his injury, he walked all the way to Jerusalem and helped people.
Yeah, one of my favorite religious statues in the whole world, and I've been to Rome and Assisi, but it's in a little school in Omaha called Jesuit Academy. And when you walk in, there's a statue of St. Ignatius, and he's got 1 foot up on a cannonball. And I think it's just the coolest, it's just the coolest, and it's life size. So when you walk in, it's like, there he is, I've dominated this thing. It's awesome. So, all right, Joe, how about you?
I'll go St. Joseph.
Nice.
Obviously named after him. Just neat. I think he's just good role model, and just his humility, and just a great father. just look up to him for my future.
Yeah, and steady again, going back to your idea of consistency. I think we look at St. Joseph and think about that consistency. Okay, Joe, we're going to stick with you as we go to the second question now. You ready for your favorite Bible verse?
Yeah, I'll say Philippians 4:13. Can do all things in Christ who strengthens me.
Oh, wow. We're going to have a repeat maybe?
Yeah, applies to, everybody pretty much, yeah.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, it's also a very good one. I think my favorite one, though, is Hebrews 12:1. Run with endurance the race that is set before you.
Nice. Now, Malia's down here like, wow, you guys took the good ones, but...
I guess, so I had two, which was Philippians 4:13, and then one of my other favorites is 2 Timothy 4:7, which is, I have fought the good fight, and I have finished the race, or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording, but it's on my medal board, and it just reminds me every day.
That's awesome. Let's start with David on this one. So one of my favorite things about this podcast is that whenever people listen to it, they get to this question of how can we pray for you? And that can happen any time when people listen to this. So, David, how can we pray for you? Who or what are you praying for?
I think my main thing right now is that college search, knowing what I want to do after high school. So I've been praying about that a lot. But then also my family, my friends, my girlfriend, they mean so much to me. And, yeah, all the prayers they can get is super helpful.
Very good. We'll pray for those things. Joe, how about you?
I'd say right now, just fun time finishing out the season, and then success for the future teams and future athletes in Pius right now.
Very good. Malia, how about for you?
I'd say probably just like my family, like David said, is just a really big part of my life. They've supported me through everything, so giving all the prayers that I can to them. And then another big decision in my life is just deciding between track and soccer. So getting any prayers with that would help.
Yeah, it's a great problem to have because soccer is an elite program.
Yeah.
Track is set up really well. It's an elite program. You're in a good but difficult spot there. We'll be praying for your discernment for sure. Let's bounce back to Joe here. Who is your hero or role model?
I'd say my dad. He's always giving up for the good of the family and just good head of the house.
Yeah, sounds like a good man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd say mine is also my dad. He's just really inspiring, and how he leads his faith life and his family is just really inspiring.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yep.
Not that my dad is not a good person. Do love my dad, but I'd have to say, honestly, my brother, he is pretty close in age with me, but he's just helped me through so many things. He helped me get my plan this summer for running, and he is trying to lead a really good, faithful life right now, and he's sent me Bible verses and all this stuff, and it's just really helped me through the season and my life, so probably him.
That's beautiful. You said he's pretty close in age?
Yeah, he's a sophomore at Wesleyan.
Have you guys always gotten along pretty well, or is it like as you've gotten older, it's kind of...
Yeah, we fought constantly as children, so there's lots of fights when we're younger, but now we get along great.
Isn't
and
that funny how...
Yeah, I don't know how that happens, but...
This next one's kind of interesting. We've covered a lot of ground, but is there anything else you'd like the Thunderbolt community to know about you, especially you guys who are seniors? You're on your way out. What's one thing you'd want the Thunderbolt community to know about you? Joe, you got a smile on your face. Like
I don't really have anything specific, to be honest, no.
That's fine.
It's just random, but I'm one of 7 in my family, which is neat. But yeah.
Where do you fall in the mix?
I'm like middle, so there's 4 older sisters and then 2 younger brothers.
Oh, nice. There you go. How about for you, David?
I don't really got anything. No, just me.
All right, very good.
I have no clue. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say to that.
No problem. So let's do this then. Let's flip it over. So instead of talking about you, what is the best part about being a Thunderbolt? The best part about being a Thunderbolt is?
I'd say the best part is not only do we have a really good school here, we also have that with our faith. And so being able to have our faith and spread our faith is just so nice, and it just makes so we have a really good culture here, and I think that's a reason why a lot of us are really successful as well.
Yes, and I appreciate you saying that, especially since it sounds like you all came from the K through 8 Catholic schools.
Yeah.
When you leave this setting, you'll realize how special this is. You don't really. It's hard to compare right now unless you've got friends in schools that don't practice or openly their faith. So that's a really good acknowledgement. I appreciate that. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, this kind of ties in, but I would say the community. I think it's just very important here, and you always feel cared for. And like a big part of cross country this year in the community was like the moms, especially helping with all of our like just everything. They're so helpful. Just community in general.
Community, absolutely. Malia, you get the last word here.
Yeah, well, I was pretty much just going to say community and the faith life, which basically it's also wonderful, and you don't really realize what a blessing it is to have a chapel inside of your school that you can kind of just go to. And I have friends that are always pushing me in my faith, which is so amazing, and I don't think I'd get that anywhere else besides here. So, yeah.
It's a great answer. Great answers. True answers, too. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
For being on here, for being an example. I mean, I think you need to understand how other people look up to you, how they admire you, how people see you as leaders, and that you're doing things here that are building upon our legacy here at Pius, which is rich, but you're breaking new ground. And the girls next year, I think, are going to be similarly situated to do some incredible
Let's hope.
things. So pressure is a privilege, and you're going off. You guys are going off to do some big things. That pressure is a privilege because you earned the right. Pressure's on you as a future leader here of the girls program as well, and it's a blessing. David Krier, state champion. Joe Majerus, runner-up. Malia Woosley, top-10 finisher. And the boys cross-country team, the first team in Nebraska high school history to qualify for the Nike National Championships, a legacy that's going to be remembered here at Pius for a very long time. From the state meet to the Heartland Regional in South Dakota, and now all the way to Oregon. You represented the Thunderbolts with heart, humility, and grit. Your journey is inspiring, not just because of the medals, but because of the way you carry yourselves, lift each other up, and run for something bigger than yourselves. Thanks for all you've done for us here at Pius, and we wish you boys especially all the best here. Thank you for joining us on We Are Pius. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please share it with someone who loves Pius and Catholic education as much as we do. We are blessed to be bolts, and until next time, do your best to restore all things in Christ. Thank you, guys. Congratulations on an awesome season.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.